Other interesting cultural news, you have a 13-year-old boy using a gun to defend his mother and sisters from a violent home intruder who was high on methamphetamines. Yet, reason number 1,158,958,473,853,423 reason you should have a gun in the household. Obviously, being responsible. Because this literally made him equal to someone trying to harm the family, which many would argue that's one of the biggest upsides and reasons to properly own a firearm. And this was covered by Fox News because, of course, you're not going to see this on CNN or MSNBC unless they try to twist the words around and say, oh yeah, look at this gun a child shot someone with a gun. This is terrible. Now, in this case, it is quite appropriate, to say the least, as it saved his family's life.
Year-old boy fends off a burglary suspect, shooting the intruder as he tried to break into his home. The protector of the home, the hero in this case, is a 13-year-old. His name is Luis, and he's in 8th grade.
So, we should definitely remember the name Luis. All too often, especially in the United States, we always are having the most morally vacuous, evil people burned into our brains, knowing their names, as the media glorifies them and glorifies their terrible act by giving them free fame. Very few people actually take the time to remember the good men who stand up for our country and actually want to make a difference and protect people. That's a trend I hope we could turn around. Let me know in the comments, do you think I think that'd be better culturally speaking for the United States when we applaud the heroes and ignore the names of the evil perpetrators. But that's just me.
He was home late Friday night with his mother and 4 sisters when a man tried...
4 sisters and mother. And someone's trying to break in the house. What would you do?
To break into their house, breaking a window, trying to force his way inside the home. Now, Luis and his mother both confronted this intruder. It was the mother that was armed, and she was also trying to dial 911 and call police. And when Luis saw his mother kind of struggling with the firearm, he is the one that took it from her hand and pulled the trigger, shooting that intruder in the abdomen and in the arm. Phoenix police say they found 35-year-old Juan Saavedra with several gunshot wounds to his abdomen and right arm. Police say he admitted to breaking into the house and that he was high on methamphetamine at the time. He also told police he was trying to find the friend he had been doing drugs with earlier when he broke into the house. Saavedra was banging on a door, then shattered a window despite being warned to leave the property.
Juan Saavedra, September 11, 1987.
Saavedra was treated and released from the hospital for his gunshot wounds. At his first court appearance, his only concern appeared to be getting out of jail.
I'm not going to be released.
If you post your bond, you'll be released.
If you post your bond, you'll be released. Again, the United States justice system is morally vacuous in many ways. Another prime example, they're releasing the perpetrator? Really? After you just tried to do harm to all those people, a family inside there? Now, the only downside of this situation is this boy is only 13. If he was presumably 21 or older, I would buy him a drink appropriately to applaud him for his heroic actions. And this is yet another good example of the police in many areas, especially on a local level. Some of them do fantastic things, especially in the community. But inherently, they are not there when you are in real dire danger most of the time. Can't help but think, thank God this young boy did the right thing and protected his family. Needless to say, I would say he's now the man of the house. And it also goes to show you this rampant epidemic of drugs in the United States. Definitely not a positive thing. Now, anecdotally speaking, my family had a similar instance. The most ironic thing about escaping the hellhole of Cuba was going somewhere where some people might debate is worse. South side of Detroit. Many problems to say the least. Very similar instance, my pregnant grandmother was at home with, I believe, 4 of my relatives, so 4 children, and a meth head broke into the house. He was going towards her with a knife. Thank God my grandpa was there. He saw the perpetrator, said, put the knife down. Guy wouldn't do anything, wasn't listening, kept moving forward, shot him in the leg. Said, stop, I'm going to shoot you again. Guy kept moving forward with the knife. And thank God he ended his life and protected the family appropriately. One of those instances where very, very few outlets will ever tell you about the upsides of gun ownership, or the upsides of using them as intended to protect yourself and your family. And hopefully, throughout the years, we see more people like Luis who do the right thing when it matters the most, and when true character is tested. Let me know in the comments, should we do more stories like this? Do you like to hear real-life examples of people using the firearms to defend themselves and highlight the importance of why you should be properly trained, why you should own one? Let me know in the comments. We can make the show better together. Thank you everyone again for taking the time to tune in today. Again, I know it's ambitious, but we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of September. So if you could click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, friendly reminder, we're giving away a free flamethrower with every September purchase at toppingtechnologies.com. See the website for additional details. Also, don't forget to take the time to like and comment. The feedback is greatly appreciated, especially if it's constructive. And again, I'm trying to find a better software to do picture-in-picture for production quality. If you can do that, suggestions are greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.